Actually, I think it's the Paragon talent. We call it Paragonian because
Paragonian.
uh, Pak Subakat always said that actually you never manage your business, but you manage the people, and then people will manage your business.
Okay.
And then just focusing on the talent. I just following all the beautiful books.
Good morning, Pak Salman.
Okay, good
We
morning,
are
Cassandra.
we are very honored today on Lift Elevator X.
Yep.
We have a very distinguished guest with us today. We are here in Jakarta having a really wonderful morning whereby it's joined by Pak Salman. For those of you who do not know, Pak Salman is actually the CEO of NSE, right?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe Pak Salman, you can share a little bit with us about NSE as well as Paragon.
Yep. Okay. So for you who watch in the YouTube, is a disclaimer, right? That actually don't comment on my English. Just kidding. Because you know, Cassandra, if I take this suicide mission,
Suicide mission.
So I always say in the seminars that actually this is a suicide mission, but I think I have a good message to deliver. But please don't bother my English.
No, Pa, you are very humble. Actually, your English is very good.
Now, I want to open it with the English story first, right?
Yes.
Because back then, in cosmetic industry, everyone, I think they speak bad English. Because all the experts come from Europe.
I see.
And they say that, hey, you don't need your English to perfect. We don't speak English. Even they said that, Italian formula is better than American. American is not so good and cosmetic and so on and so on. And,
so that was the story then?
Yes, because back then you don't have to speak very good grammars to talk with each other.
Okay.
And then, like I said, then come the young people from overseas with a very good English, and I cannot feel intimidated. And then if there is a chance like this, I give it to my team.
I see.
This is, we call it the DVDs English, like people who learn English from DVDs.
I think it shows your age, yeah. But if you talk about DVDs, it shows your age. So maybe you want to share a little bit about your background.
Oh, that's true. I for the timeline, hopefully that people don't think that I'm 30, of course. I'm 45 years old. I born in 1980s. This company actually is 40 years old this year. Starting, my mom started this company, and with the help of my fathers, Pak Subakat, Bu Nurhayati and Pak Subakat. Pak Subakat is the actually is CEO. Not so many people knows about Pak Subakat is already a CEO when Bu Nurhayati start this company.
Okay.
It's about sorry. It's already a director. And becoming CEO at a very young age.
Yes.
So you can imagine that actually it has strong fundamentals. And then I joined this company in 2002.
2002.
Somehow they already create a good foundation, but maybe it is new for them. Like my father is an engineer, and my mother's is formulators. Maybe not so many marketing side, marketing touch like that. And then when I joined, I focus on branding. Actually, I find my passion
in branding.
In branding.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you joined at that point in time, Paragon was already very established because Paragon is actually the first.
Actually, it's no.
It's
very small. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Cassandra, no, it's very small.
Oh, when you joined, it was
very
small.
My brother is the first actually like managers. I mean, we have also expert like in R&D, but the actual managers who have some like systematic development program actually is my brothers.
I see.
So my brothers joined the company because they see that this company need help. Because back then it's so small. Even that the Paragon seems like not ready to hire managers.
I see. When you say small, Pak,
Yeah,
because
the
I come
revenue,
from
yeah.
Singapore.
Okay.
No. I come from Singapore. You are Indonesian.
Ah.
Your small might be our
Oh,
big.
no.
So can you
Context,
contextualize it?
okay.
Yeah.
The small, like the size is not is the revenue is less than 2 million
Singapore
dollars.
dollar.
Yeah,
Okay. Annual revenue or monthly revenue?
it's annual.
Annual revenue
So
is
it's
less
even
than
smaller.
2
Yeah,
million.
if you go to some cake shop, a big cake shop, it's even less than
I
a big cake
see.
shop. Like when you buy the ole ole, we say that.
Yeah, ole ole.
Yeah,
Yes.
is around 1 million US dollars a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But that was when you first joined
yeah,
in 2000.
yep.
That was 2000, and now we are move forward
Yeah.
2025. So in 25 years,
Yeah.
the growth spurt
Yeah.
of Paragon
I
went
see.
rocket high.
Yeah, yep. That's it.
Wow, mashallah.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
why
amazing.
if people said that why you have a like a harmonious relationship with the first generation, actually it feels like we built this together. Yeah.
So when you first joined Paragon, Pak, you were fresh out of ITB.
Yep.
So you didn't do any
No.
other jobs. You
No.
came straight to the family-owned
Came straight
business.
to the
Family
business.
business. I see.
Because back then there is no managers.
There's no managers. You were the first manager.
My brothers and then me.
I see. Okay, so
Yeah.
he was the first manager. You
Yeah.
were the second manager.
Yep.
So what was your role?
Okay. Back then this is supposed to be because I'm the engineers. So I try some engineering stuff. Even back then we tried to diversify to computer stores. Not many people knows it, and
see.
it's not succeeded. And it's a success. And then we focusing on the cosmetic business.
I see.
And then my brothers find passion on operation, manufacturing, and then I find my passion on marketing.
Yeah, I've read a bit of things on
Yeah.
the internet that
Yeah.
you are the chief marketing
Officer.
officer of Paragon.
Yep.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. What
Yeah.
makes you interested in marketing? Because
Okay.
Pak is quite a bit of
Yep.
difference. You are such a good student in ITB, and ITB is renowned for engineering, right?
Okay,
and then marketing is a different playground altogether. So what happened?
This actually is a real dilemma for me, like because I have a very good grade on physics. When I was in high school, I win some like physics competition. But actually, when I joined the electrical engineers, my grade is not good,
Not good.
at all.
Okay.
I found
the truth
out
is revealed.
but people keep saying that wow, you're very smart. It must be like you're not focused. But actually, like wow, this is so hard. Like, and then I just know that I'm not competitive in this
I see.
area. I think
Okay.
yeah. That's why
Okay.
I'm not focusing on develop myself as an electrical engineering and even like thinking about go to more we call it like generalist career.
Yeah.
Like in marketing, bank.
I see.
So it's already happened in the. I kind of realized it on on my third year,
I see.
second or third year in ITB.
I see. So that's why when you decided to join the family-owned your family business, you
Yeah.
just decided to
Yeah.
take on the marketing. Was there a particular?
Maybe like some viewers get upset. Oh, Pak Salman is not as smart as we think.
No, you give a lot of people hope.
Yeah. I
You
if
give
I
people
might add,
hope.
I go as the physics champions, and then I had some like not so good grade on my first year. Like people like stating, "Wow, you're the physics champion. How come you're not so smart?" Yeah? And then I keep trying, of course, and
Never give up.
never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. Just pass. And then from 35 students who graduate on time, only 2 not having the cum laude title, cum laude.
Oh, okay.
So only me and my friends.
So out of 35, 2 didn't.
Yeah.
33 of them did.
Yes.
Wow.
That's how. That's why I take my easily. So I can ask all the smart kids in
Very
electrical
smart.
engineering ITB.
Papa, you brought up a very interesting thing, right? Even as you're studying second, third year, you already start having awareness about yourself. When that awareness, you kind of like accept your strength, you also accept your so-called weakness.
Yep.
And therefore, when you join the family business at such a young age, you know how to actually navigate and how to play at your strength.
Yes.
So was it challenging or was it difficult for you to convince
I see.
Ibu and Papa and your elder brother about the role you want to take? Because you are you said you are the second manager, right?
Oh, I see. I think the way I think the most interesting is the way Pak Subakat became our mentor back then. Like I think he really knows the potential of Pak Harman and me, and then he used different approach. So when of course, because he's very smart, you already met Pak Subakat. He knows that cosmetic industry is a lifestyle, so it's connected to the fashion, and somehow like intuitively he shared a story about Pierre Cardin and about how I think even that he goes to a very detailed stories like some designers when he's like to read the book. Some designers, if the teachers explain about math, and he have a very nice shirt, and I forgot, is it Valentino or Pierre Cardin? They said that if I see a good shirt, I don't see anything else. I just see the detail of the shirt.
I see.
Yeah, and then Pak Subakat continuing about that's what we call about the tradition. Like in France, you're not a good woman if you cannot sew or you cannot cook.
Yes.
That's the story I get like almost every day with Pak Subakat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, Subakat actually instill you stories.
Yes.
And those stories stayed with you.
Yes.
And then it forms a thread for you to kind of know for you is to tell story about Paragon.
Yeah, because when I try, people get excited about the topics, and I get the confidence from like the validation of like, oh, how come you can talk about so many things? Yeah, I think it started with Pak Subakat stories, and then of course when I was young, I like to. Even I like to see like behind the scene of a movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back then, inquisitive, yeah?
Yes,
inquisitive is one of your values, one of your skills.
What is it?
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive.
Curious.
Curious. Yeah.
Being curious. You're highly curious about a lot of things.
Yes.
And that is instilled by Pak Subakat,
by
your father, right?
Yeah. That's me.
So, and he used storytelling from the Western economies to bring that to you.
That's true.
But he's very, very smart because he knows you are this, and he used the same way to inculcate in you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very amazing.
Yeah, very.
How did he learn all this? Okay, never mind. The next time I will interview Pak.
Oh yeah. That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
How come if we switch now?
Okay, so after you came into Paragon, what was the first thing that you want to improve or change when you enter the company?
Yeah, I think it's the brand, because everyone come to cosmetic industry knows that it requires a lot of branding things, like the design, image, packaging, and back then not so many Indonesian local cosmetic is focusing on
the branding.
On the branding.
I see. So you saw that as the gap in
as the guest.
Paragon
Yes.
once you enter.
Yeah.
I see. And what did you do?
Actually, I studied in the internet, and I see like the history of Shiseido, L'Oreal, and I think it's 1990, it's 2002. I think some like Japanese companies very dominant in the market. I think
In Indonesia?
global. Yeah, I think
Global, okay.
yeah. Of course, there are already like lifestyle malls in Indonesia, and I see why local cosmetic is not accepted and at
In those
the
shopping
in
centers?
department stores. Yeah,
Oh,
so I figured that you have to leverage your brands, and then I think that many Indonesian company actually can do that, like the cigarette business.
okay.
So
But not in the
in the
cosmetic
cosmetic,
industry.
yeah, and then I found out that the way the cosmetic business develop their brand actually is not the global standard. Yeah, so
You find that in
yeah
Paragon, there is a gap to meet
in
the...
Indonesia, and so I
I
still
see.
with pride so many practice
I see.
from the network, because back then we don't have money to do research on
Understand. So
yeah
you learn by watching, you learn by adopting other
yes
international
yep
companies' standard,
yep
and then you apply and bring it back to
yes.
Paragon.
True.
Wow. So would you say since the time you joined, that was your focus?
Yep.
And how did you bring up Paragon's branding?
Okay.
What were some of the major things that you did to bring up?
Major things. Okay. Actually, I think it's the Paragon talent. We call it Paragonian because
Paragonian.
Pak Subakat always said that actually you never manage your business, but you manage the people, and then people will manage your business.
Okay.
And then just focusing on the talent. I just following all the beautiful books in the library.
I see. So
Yeah.
you read a lot.
Yeah, I can say that I start with white papers. I don't have any experience about how hard to work in a big company like the office politics. I'm not exposed with that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like like Kung Fu Panda naive style, and think that okay, this is the book. We should follow this book. And back then it's very small.
So it's easier to apply.
It's easier to apply. Very
Okay.
intense.
I see.
Yeah.
So you actually read a lot and then you applied
Yep.
in the smaller group
Yep.
of Paragon then, and then immediately you saw results. What were some of the challenges?
Yeah, of course the small result is like the validation, like oh, you're doing on the right track, and then even that you're small, actually it's not easy. And some people said that actually you have a strong team. Maybe you're not know, but we are in the industry talking about the young people of Paragon.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think the key is the talent that give us the energy. This is what we still preserve, like trusted the young Paragon.
Because I understand
Yeah.
that a lot of Paragonians are actually very young.
Yep.
I mean, this is the
Yep.
current situation. So it's not just something that is very recent.
Yeah.
So all along since you joined, it has been the tradition of Paragon to always hire young talents and allow them and trust
That's
them
true.
to grow the
Yeah,
company.
like my fathers and mother trust me. I can trust the young people
Younger
of Paragon.
generation.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Because when Pa and Ibu
Yeah.
started the company long
Yep.
time ago, they were still very young, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's really true. Because they also have their own mentors when they are young.
I see.
Jadi Pak Subakat always said that I copy everything that I get from my mentors to you. This morning, actually, I realized what I did, I just tried to copy everything that Pak Subakat
Share with you.
share with
teach
me
you.
to.
I see. It's very interesting because the values, right? I can see already the values are being inculcated.
Yeah.
right? The values of trusting young
Yes.
talents. As Pa and Ibu are both very young, they started the company. So when you joined, you were also very young, together with
Yeah.
your brother, and then you started trusting the younger talent.
Yep.
So it is not just the skill set that
Yep.
it was very evident in Paragon. It was very much the mindset.
Yeah.
The mindset of not knowing,
Yep.
not knowing everything, but we
I
just go
see.
forward. Would you say that
Yeah,
is
that's true.
ethos
Yeah.
that is very apparent
Just
in
talking to
Paragon?
you, I just like recall some of the stories about storytelling again.
Yes, please.
The way Pak Subakat teach us, they said that actually the management trainee program, the young people exploration come from the World War II. When America go to the World War II, they don't have enough high rank, what you call like perwira, what you call high rank staff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, higher level.
high level staff lah,
Okay.
commander and everything. So they have an accelerated program,
Okay.
and then they have to create some high rank staff that are supposed to be like 10 years, and they have to compress it in 2 years, and the result is even better than the 10 years
10 years
program.
Okay.
And since then, people realize that we can push the high potential talent even more than we think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like
And-
you kind of stretch what
Yeah.
you have. You stretch them and allow them to
Yep.
meet more than what they think.
Yep.
It's like in Kong,
Yeah.
right? This is
Yeah.
why I believe. I feel that human beings always have a lot of potential,
Yep.
but we
Yeah.
limit ourselves.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
once we open it up,
Yep.
when there's no limit, human beings actually elevate even higher.
That's yeah.
Yeah. So that's something. Oh, okay. So based on 25 years ago
Yep.
when you joined, right? What would you say of current day Paragon's branding? Because you were the one that
I
started
see.
changing and elevating the branding.
Oh, we always think that before create a good branding, we have to create the ecosystem first.
Okay.
Like this is the we call it the mass, but with lifestyle. So it's mass prestige of Indonesian brands. I think we quite success on that part. And the next homework is to create the luxury brand of Indonesia. I think we kind of thinking how is the best. Maybe some of you can create comments on YouTube. And
Please give suggestion.
But actually, it's the everyone homework, even for the Southeast Asian, because of course we are curious with the Japanese and Korea. Why Japanese in the 60s they go abroad to proudly to sell their product, right?
Yep.
And I asked some of the Japanese. They said that we already know how our R&D develop the best product in the world. Like the best means like with the same quality is more efficient.
Yep.
So because they know, and then just wait, our product will get better and better every day. I think that's the promise of the Japanese brand. And Korea, maybe in some segment, bring it to the next level. Like Samsung phone or some of their cosmetics. And then now I'm thinking about what is the most relevant things about bringing the Indonesian brand to the world.
International.
Yes.
It's very interesting you said that, because when a product or service is very, very good, but if nobody knows about it,
Yep.
then it's the best kept secret.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So actually what you did is to actually change the narrative, right, of the branding of Paragon and allow people to see how good Paragon products is.
Yeah.
Now your job is to bring it to the international world, because now in Indonesia and even in Malaysia, right,
Yep.
people are very, very fond of Paragon products.
Yep.
So I have friends, I'm from
Yeah.
Singapore, right? But I have friends who say, oh, you're going to meet Paragon's founder. Can you buy products from me? Because we cannot find Paragon products in Singapore. And whenever we go to Malaysia, Paragon products is always out of stock because it's snatched up, right? So therefore, it's interesting because when you say the international market is very different from the Indonesian market because it's a lot easier for you to do the supply chain in Indonesia. But once you step out of Indonesia, there's other challenges. So meeting those. Okay, interesting part because you mentioned something that I feel is a buzzword in the world right now, storytelling. How would you say that storytelling has helped Paragon and all the brands to bring it up to the current level?
That's really interesting. Yeah, actually, the thing about being entrepreneurs, maybe sometimes they do it like unconsciously. Yeah, I think that we just do everything that we believe, and people talking about us. I think there's something that even sometimes the founders is not realized, is not aware. I just know like for example, for our Paragonian, they said that actually, Pa, actually even that I want to leave this company to see some new opportunities, new experience. They said the one who not allow me to move actually is my dad. So you see, like now we bring all the values, all the supports of Indonesia people more conscious, like we put it on the way we do things, like the way we develop our product.
So the values run through not just through the people, but the way the products are developed. So the values hold a very important core point.
That's true.
Of how your people are developed, the products are developed, as well as the processes. Wow, that's quite interesting because that's hardly heard in the business world.
Yes, you just have to be extra patient.
Extra patient.
And if you see the proof, and then you kind of like repeat it again and again.
I see. Would you say, Pak, because of the route or the choices that Paragon has made, you actually created a lot of loyalty? Because I clearly remember when I first came to Paragon to visit, I think it was 1.5 years ago, I was introduced one of your employees, and she told me the story, right? She was fresh out of university, and she was accepted by both Paragon and an international MNC in a cosmetic, both in cosmetic, right? That was her passion. But even though she had received a 25% lower pay from Paragon, she decided to join Paragon instead of the international MNC. That to me stuck with me since that day, and I was like, wow, I must really find out what's the magic of Paragon that have. Now that you mention it, not just one, but I would think there are many Paragonians who probably make similar choices and continue to stay in Paragon. So you would say the magic pill is actually the values.
Yes. And sometimes I just get wondering, like, why people like questioning, like, we think about now we consciously try to make Paragon family business to be family in the business. We borrow it from the Estee Lauder book, actually. But my brothers use it a lot. And then people say, how? Like, just treat your team like family. Is that so easy? Why you... It's right. And because it's hard, then you have to start.
I see.
Yeah. So I think it's easy. Like, okay, this is my smart nephew. So just treat them like your nephew.
I see.
Yeah.
You know why I use the word interesting? Because I never see it this way. I never see that Paragon actually grows from such deep-rooted values, and it's quite systemic. Maybe it's an unconscious systemic.
Yeah, because my father is a very structured person. So it's unconsciously he doing
unconsciously he does that.
Yeah, he does that.
Okay.
And Pak Subakat is very active on developing the commercials. And
I see.
Bu Nur is focusing on
the product R&D, the research. I remember you sent me the YouTube movie, right?
Yeah.
And how she actually
faced
so much challenges just because she wears a hijab.
I think it's okay to talk in the YouTube. Actually, the movie is dramatized the condition for the sake of, but actually, when he started, Pak Subakat is already a good directors, a good leaders with thousands of employees, companies, and he back up Bu Nur on the managerial side. That's why not so many like shaky turbulence,
I
like
see.
typical
So he's like the
entrepreneurs do.
stabilizer.
Yes, yes.
He's like the
Yeah.
stabilizer. So, but I noticed that you're very passionate about, social as well as educational.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because you're very focused on the, elevating the branding of Paragon.
Yeah.
Then when did that shift, or all along it was in you?
It's all with, because when I see how we develop the Paragon and the senior Paragon develop the younger one, like very sincere, and we see that actually Paragon is a school from the beginning. I think, yeah, there's so many learning, mentoring, and then I just found out. I think it's uh, 7 to, I think it's 8 years ago, that Indonesia education is not as good as Paragon. I think we just know that why they learn so fast, because we take like the 1 or 2% best of Indonesian talent,
Top talent.
top talent,
Okay.
and then we try to bring the practice to the education to leverage the quality of the teachers, make them more passionate.
So,
And
do you mean that you actually use Paragon as
Yes.
a role modeling
Yes.
and use that
Yes.
so-called system
Yep.
and bring it out to the
Yeah, that's true.
Indonesian system
Yes,
and
because
have them model after
definitely,
Paragon?
because that's it. There's not so many role models, and I think that if Indonesia company can do it by their own, like creating the system curriculum, and then we can beat the
National standard.
multinationals and international standard, so the Indonesian education can do it by themselves actually.
Okay.
But it needs time. I always think like, even for Paragon, it takes like 12 years to settle of the fundamentals. So I think for Indonesian education sectors, maybe it needs like 20, 25 years. And of course, I always uh, share that you should see like China, Singapore. It's even can be shorter than we think.
Okay.
Because the education said, oh, it takes like 100 years, 50 years, and sometimes it gives us like frustration.
Yeah.
But sometimes the company can do it more agile, more flexible.
Well, I think one big thing about companies as well as compared to education system is that a company, you have more control, right?
Yep.
You can exercise certain changes faster. Whereas in a big country like Indonesia with 280 million population, to effect change is not as easy.
Yeah.
Plus, when you talk about education, it's not just the students you have to change, right? It's also the education, the mindset, the skill set.
Parents. Yeah.
Parents. You have to create the buy-in from many different parties. What would you say, Pak? Now that we are talking about education, let me bring in AI, right?
Yeah, AI.
AI.
Yep.
Would you say AI would somehow rather, this is my personal interest, right? Would in some ways separate Indonesia in terms of more diversity? Because a lot of people know Indonesia, there's quite a lot of diversity, right?
Yep.
Because the rich are very rich, the educated are more educated, and you have a separation whereby poor, poorer. Would you say AI is going to widen that gap?
I think at first, yes.
At first, in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Okay.
So I think the lower part will just like slightly going up, even that maybe some bad side of like student asking meta rather than asking their teachers. But and then there's some segment will be accelerate, and then this one can help the lower side even better. I think that's the plan. I talk with people who who care about the education that AI will help. Because if we want to create some program like transformative program for a school, maybe it takes like 2-3 months to have a good design, having all the interviews uh, and create the documents resonate with the with 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 the schools and the region. But with AI, you can do it in just 3 days, 4 days.
True.
Yeah.
True. With AI, it can speed up certain things,
Yep.
but because Indonesia is so big,
Oh, I see.
the application, the escalation,
Yeah.
you want it fast.
Yeah.
But do you think that the Indonesian people and the system are ready?
I think I don't know if it's politically correct or not, but I think Indonesia is too open. So the first we're too open with the social media. So I think before the AI, people going through social media,
Okay.
and social media like sending you some bad thing to make you worry because it increase your screen time
I
3 times.
Okay.
But AI doesn't go that way. AI they based on the subscription base, so I think it's more positive. AI is more like a book, and then the social media is like more like magazine.
I see. So it's a distraction. So you're saying that
Yes.
social media
Yeah.
could be a
Yeah.
distraction.
Maybe
Okay.
like back then people wants to read from the Google, and they try to find something like book,
Yes.
but all
social
the
media.
ads create distraction and people cannot enjoy uh, like searching in Google. But now it's there is a door to people
To
to
learn.
increase their literacy. Yes.
Okay. I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Before AI, I think it's harder.
Now you think it's faster.
It's faster. It's easier.
It's faster.
Yeah.
How is Paragon using AI now? Would you roughly share
Yeah.
with us?
Yeah. Of course, we want our talent to be more. We call it algorithmic leadership. I think some people talking about that book, like how to work with this machine. And of course, yeah, it's just amplify everything that you do, right? So of course, the man behind the gun is more important.
Yes. Yes.
Now we are lucky because the talent is young. But of course, we found that not all people like convenient about the AI.
Okay.
Like
Convince or convenient?
I think it's not yeah. First, it's not convinced because maybe the Terminator movies. I said like this is very robotics, but AI is getting better and better.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now I think people starting to send the chat, so it's more transparent.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, because there is some.
You encourage the employees
Yes.
of Paragon to use AI.
Yeah.
It's highly encouraged.
It's highly encouraged.
Okay.
And even that we think that you should be very transparent about it. This is me and AI. This is the prompt.
I see.
And I think that way it improve the transparency and the trust.
Very good. But you brought about transparency and trust because now cases are coming up about the ethics behind using AI.
I see.
And some businesses are lost because the business could trust so much on AI without filtering, without applying its own nuances, its new context,
that's
right?
true. Yep.
The recent case is one of the newspaper publication in Malaysia, right?
That's
So
true.
it went all the way up to the political level because they use AI to create images of the Malaysia flag, and a critical part of the flag was missing, and nobody noticed.
I see.
And it was published,
I
right?
see.
So with that, how would you say, because Paragon is already at such a very potent level, to bring it to the next level, how would you be using AI? How would Paragon be using AI to move it up to the
I
next
think
level?
there's some it's always that way, right? Like when photograph kill the jobs of some painters. Like realistic painters is not relevant anymore, and they move to more artistic. I think it needs time and good communication. I think, of course, we emphasize that, like people losing jobs. I think this is something that we should care first. I mean, like, no one left behind in this evolution. I think, and
Okay, so have
how
everybody
have
together
everybody to
learn.
focus to learn, and then this is not something that you can, what do you call it?
Resist.
Resist.
It is
Yeah,
here to stay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I really know that actually AI is like stealing some of the of the works of a good artist. But if we remember, the artist also like copying everything that they see from the work, right?
Yeah.
I think how to bring your art to the next levels.
Through AI, using AI.
Like sometimes people like you cannot you when you create a comic strips,
Yep.
maybe you have to lower your design because of the man hours. It's too expensive, right?
Yep.
Now you can create a comic at poster standard, a comic at. I think this is something
That
we
you
can,
see happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
So using AI to complement in terms of the production, in terms of the cost.
Yes.
So that's how Paragon sees
it will
that coming.
it will democratize the art. I always think it's like singing. Singing is easy, right? But
Okay, to you, not to
no,
me.
no. I mean, like everyone can sing with all the apps.
Yeah.
But the profession of singing is not getting lower. Like the artist cost is higher because when you democratize things, people will understand and see more value of it. So I want to say, like, hey, Mr. I forgot the one who created Ghibli. I think everyone using that Ghibli because they love your cartoon so much.
Yeah, they love the creation.
Yeah, the creation, and just tell us what to do, and we will still love Ghibli. But it's not politically correct. Yeah, maybe like some young people will get angry.
Will get angry. All the comments.
But actually, I kind of, because I love Ghibli. I love Ghibli. I love everything about Ghibli, and I know it's not easy to understand. But after they use some Ghibli thing, they get to know, and even they just know that it's so hard to create the old Ghibli. It takes like 1 year to create so long. But if ChatGPT doesn't provoke, I don't know, it's provoke. Nobody talk about that.
Okay.
Not so many lah.
Okay. So you are saying that AI can enhance and can make it accessible for many people, but the eyes is still on the people first before using AI to accentuate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it will change the business model.
Okay. Okay. Maybe now let's bring the topic back to Paragon a little bit.